Rick Pitino in his 6th season on the Louisville sideline. He has a national championship to his credit. Billy Gillispie, what a turnaround he has made for this Texas A&M team. The Aggies will take on the Cardinals. We're ready for the opening tip-off down in Lexington, Kentucky. Second-round action here on ESPN. March Madness ready to get back going again here on the worldwide leader in sports. Our announcers down at Rupp Arena are Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner. Shaw, Maxwell, and Weimer are the officials. You're looking at Joseph Jones. Had such a big game for them against Penn. The starting lineup: Sosa, Jenkins in the backcourt, Williams, Clark, and Padgett up front for the Cardinals. Texas A&M, A.C. Law and Dominique Kirk. Fine backcourt there. Carter, Jones, and Kavalauskas up front. There's our guard star comparison. And we'll see how Sosa matches up with the great A.C. Law IV. We are ready for the opening tip out at Rupp Arena in Lexington. And we're going to send you out to Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner for the start.
We'll battle this afternoon, and we're underway. Here comes Sosa in his neighborhood. If you're tough, they call you a tiger. El Tigre. 16 points in their first round game. In the corner, pull-up jump shot. Williams off the mark, and the rebound goes to Louisville. Jenkins down the lane, up and in. Brandon Jenkins, the senior from the Motor City. And Louisville has a chance to set up that trap.
And here's the press. And unlike what they tried to do against Stanford, they're not really trying to steal the ball. They're just trying to force A.C. Law to the side of the court and make him work very hard every time down. 2-3 zone for Louisville.
A.C. Law rebounded by Clark. Here comes Sosa.
Now you notice the matchup in the man-to-man for the Aggies is it's Dominique Kirk guarding Edgar Sosa. Kirk, the lockdown defender for Texas A&M.
Louisville defeated Stanford 78-58. Their defense was the key, forcing turnovers and coming up with points off turnovers. Terrence Williams, the herky-jerky move to the basket. And Louisville takes a 4-0 lead.
Williams missed his first shot of 3. That's not really his game, but driving to the basket is.
Inside. Carter, good three-point shooter. Louisville in the zone.
Have to find a way to get inside the zone.
That'll be A.C. Law. He's great with the ball in his hand. 9 to shoot. Jones, a 17-footer. Long rebound picked up by Terrence Williams. And a foul in the backcourt. Caught on Josh Carter.
Terrence Williams, the leading scorer for the Louisville Cardinals, did not score the other night. Missed his first shot of the game, but he drives to the basket. And when he started driving to the basket more this season, that's when Louisville's fortunes really started to turn around.
Louisville defeating Stanford 78-58. They used runs of 8-0, 9-0 to jump to a 17-3 lead. But their defense forced 21 turnovers, resulting in 30 points off turnovers. Leading by 26 at halftime. David Padgett is a great passer, and Sosa each with 16. Inside. Sosa. And now Texas A&M having a hard time getting it inbound. That's a 5-second violation. Billy Gillispie. Not the start he wanted.
He thinks that they didn't count enough Mississippis in there.
Now Williams inbounded. And a foul on A.C. Law. Double foul coming up. Law and Jenkins. Jenkins is not as skilled as Law, but will battle him. He will play Law physically and try to force him out of his game.
Now Jenkins is one tough customer. Broken leg, bad ankle during the summer, worked his way back into shape.
Honed his skills playing at a little gym on the west side of Detroit called St. Cecilia. Williams. Padgett with the rebound and a foul. He goes over the back on Kavalauskas. Carter will inbound it. How do they want to attack this full court press?
Well, what you'd like to do against any press like this is get the ball in bounds and then get it to the middle of the court and attack it from the middle.
You use so much energy trying to get it over the midcourt line, then you have to run your offense.
Right, and you prefer to attack it with the pass rather than the dribble simply because you can attack it more quickly with the pass and you can attack it more effectively. You want to get down and score against the press.
Inside, Jones goes up strong.
And that's what Jones can do. He is a great inside player, a real good post-up presence. Good decision by Padgett to not challenge that shot too strongly. He already has one foul.
Joseph Jones, 6'9", 250, averages 13 a game. He'll have to leave the game sometime during the first half to go into the locker room and throw up.
Louisville now in a man-to-man.
Kavaliauskas off Padgett. Got it up. Can't get it to fall. 6'2" Louisville. Here comes a little Tiger in the corner. Jenkins. Now Clark fires. In and out. Great pace to this one.
Yeah, there is a good pace. So Clark, a 40% free three-point shooter.
AC Law.
He is so good at going to the basket, whether it be in transition or whether it be out of the half-court set. You've got to get in front of him.
Thoroughbreds on both teams going at it hard. Edgar Sosa from Rice High School in New York. He's a freshman and he's sensational. Gives Louisville an 8-4 lead.
And a great pace to the game so far. Louisville been able to take the ball to the basket against Texas A&M. Texas A&M hasn't quite solved this 2-3 Louisville zone.
Now Law, inside, leads. The floater won't go. Kavaliauskas with the rebound. Dominique Kirk, a three. Rebounded by A&M. And they'll get a new shot clock. Kavaliauskas thinking about it, and he travels. 8-4, Louisville with the lead. Edgar Sosa. This is what they do in New York City. They can get to the bucket with the best of it.
Welcome back to ESPN's continuing coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament. Louisville and Texas going at it from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Not too far for Louisville to travel, in a place where their current head coach won a lot of games as the coach of Kentucky. Well, they have reached halftime in the Midwest Region second-round matchup between Butler and Maryland. And how about this? Butler doing it with a 6-point advantage. A.J. Graves for Butler having a nice ball game there. Maryland, the number 4 seed. Butler, of course, has done damage in the tournament before as a mid-major. For now, let's get you back to first half action. Louisville and Texas A&M in Lexington.
Williams and Jenkins for Louisville. Character has been awesome. Good post presence, backs his way down and banks it in.
When he catches the ball inside, Gus, he's looking to score. So if you're going to double team him, you've got to get there quickly.
Now AC Law bumped, and Character is called for the foul. I'll tell you what, though, Joseph Jones, if he has a tender stomach, he's really going to have a tender stomach after Character gets through.
Well, Character just dribbled the ball and bounced Jones out of the way. Jones has to do a better job holding his position.
Derek Character, a freshman from New Jersey, missed 16 games. Just wasn't getting with the program early. Coach Pitino, the veteran that he is, said, okay, son, go home. Go think about it. He got his mind right. He's back and playing excellent ball.
And he's gotten his weight right, too.
Working with Ellis Miles every day. The former Louisville star works with Character. He's been a mentor and a coach. And a whistle. How about Rick Pitino? When we had a chance to spend time with him the other day, there are coaches and then there are coaches like Roy Williams, Mike Krzyzewski, Coach Knight, and Coach Pitino.
Character picks up his second personal foul. One thing that Rick Pitino told us, Gus, was that it's very interesting coaching freshmen, and Character's one of those freshmen. And one of the things with those great coaches, they're great teachers first.
Inside Law, the runner. AC Law.
The things that this Louisville press has done early in the game, Gus, is sort of take the inside players for Texas A&M out of the game.
Williams. Paget wants it. Palacios flashes. Now Jenkins curls down the lane. The lefty. AC Law the other way in transition. Law, 15-footer. Williams snatches it down. Williams, no looker into the corner. And it's stolen by Kirk. Nice play. Kirk, he gets it back to the rack. And he's fouled.
Texas A&M doesn't seem to mind playing in a quick game, mainly because AC Law is a guy who can play that way, that nice runner in the lane. That foul now, the second foul on David Paget. We showed you a little bit earlier, 2 fouls on Derek Character. So the Louisville inside game really in a little bit of a bind early in the game.
So Patino quickly brings Character back into the game. Also, he brings a sharpshooter, Jerry Smith, a freshman from Wisconsin. A pure shooter. As Kirk adds the free throw. 10-9. Now a sub coming in. Sloan. Very impressive sub off the bench from Dallas, Texas. Hard-nosed guard.
Pompey in the game as well, Gus, and that's about as deep as Texas A&M usually goes. Louisville, a much deeper bench. We'll have to see if that has an impact as the game goes on.
Now Louisville getting a dose of their own medicine, being trapped. Air ball. Character has it blocked from behind. Squirts out Williams, 17-footer. In and out and in. And a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. This will go against Louisville.
Smith gets the foul. Williams doesn't hear the whistle. That's how loud it is in this building. Referee Curtis Shaw got posterized.
Now AC Law in the backcourt. And when you're a point guard against Louisville, you have to be in tip-top shape. Sloan to handle this press.
You do, and that's gonna, again, it's a 40-minute game, and let's see how AC Law stands up to that.
Jones inside, and he travels. Now sub coming in. Ryan Davis for Texas A&M, a freshman from Dallas. He's got great length, 6'9", 245. And Jones heads to the bench.
Billy Gillespie knows that Louisville's going to run bodies at him, and Brian Davis only plays a little bit more than 7 minutes a game. They're trying to keep everybody fresh. Texas A&M with a trap.
Inside Character. Lays it up and in. Derek Character has averaged over 10 points in 8 games since his return to the team. $11:50 to play in the first half. 14-9. On top of Texas A&M.
And of course, you know LeBron James. For now, let's get back to Louisville and Texas A&M down in Lexington.
Joseph Jones with the rebound. Kavalauskas ahead of everybody. Nice look from AC Law.
Well, you got to run the court if you're a big guy. Kavalauskas didn't have a real solid game the other night, but Billy Gillespie told us he's been outstanding all year long.
Game tied at 17 apiece. Texas A&M Louisville. 3 versus a 6. For a trip to the Sweet 16. Williams, the leader. Now AC Law the other way. Kavaliauskas wants it inside.
Well, he's working against Farley. And
they got to get it to him.
Farley does not play very much. That ought to be an advantage for Texas A&M.
No call. We'll take a look at the game summary.
Interestingly, Louisville 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, but they're getting it done on the inside. The game, though, has a pace, I think, that favors Louisville. There's been a lot of fouls called early, guys trying to attack the basket, and I think if a team can afford the fouls, it's Louisville. Texas A&M cannot.
Jenkins. Now Sosa, quiet offensively so far. He can really get to the basket. He's being guarded by Kirk, who is an amazing defender.
First team All Big 12 defensive team.
Shot clock winding down. Williams, his jump shot looks suspect today. It's just not coming off his hand. And Pitino will get somebody new in the game. And during the break, Coach Pitino having a conversation with his freshman.
Well, one of the things that he's talking about is Edgar Sosa needs to do a better job getting other folks involved in the game. Terrence Williams coming out now.
And Pitino will talk to Terrence Williams. No field goals for Louisville in the last 5:46. A&M a physical team, but their guards are very skilled. Perfect example.
And that's what AC Law does best. He's not a great three-point shooter, but that mid-range shot, the drive to the basket, the runner in the lane. Got to try to keep him outside the three-point line, dribbling the ball.
19-17. Now Sosa. And a timeout called by Coach Pitino. AC Law. He can shoot it from downtown, and he can pull up. He's got a nice mid-range game.
They're giving Maryland all they can handle. 6 minutes to go at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. In the first half, A&M and Louisville tied. Well, actually, A&M with a 2-point lead at the moment. We'll go back to Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
Williams this time squares up. Way short. Loose ball inside, and jump ball is the call. The possession arrow favors the Aggies. Terrence Williams is not a very good shooter. 26% from the three-point line. Rick Pitino wants him to stay in his lane, meaning get away from that three-point shot, drive the ball to the basket, make your teammates better. When he does that, they play well.
You're right, Gus. He's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc today, 2 for 4 from inside the arc. You can't shoot it from outside that line. You know, the trick is get closer.
That's right. He hurts his team when he relies on his jump shot. Law. They swing it. Sloan working hard. 12 to shoot. And they throw it away. Loose ball. Sosa tracks it down. The little tiger to the bucket and in. Tigre. And we're tied at 19.
Kavaliauskas just didn't have the speed to match him. What a great job by Sosa to maintain his balance.
5 minutes to go.
What a great crowd.
Unbelievable. Best sight there is. AC Law pick and roll. Driving. And he's fouled. Watch the speed of young Edgar Sosa.
This ball just goes sailing over the head of Kavaliauskas, and Sosa simply tracks it down. Now watch him slip as he grabs the ball. I don't know how he was able to maintain his balance to lay that one in.
AC Law at the line.
He really created something out of nothing there. That play was going nowhere, and he made them foul him. You'd say, well, that's a bailout call, but that was a bailout foul, but Law created that.
There's AC the third. You like hip-hop music?
Do I like hip-hop music? I don't even know what that is.
Well, he looks a little like, his dad looks a little like Snoop Dogg.
Well, see, now I watch TV, so I know who that is.
Rap music.
And I have children who tell me about all those things. Lane violation.
There's Snoop Dogg there. Mr. Law looks like he probably had a nice game during his day as well.
You can see where his son gets that sort of build.
That's right. Wiry. 21-19, proud Papa, as Billy Gillespie has a chat with his superstar.
Now his superstar has 2 personal fouls, and so Billy Gillespie not wanting him to pick up the 3rd. Part of the Louisville problem is they're inside the scorers, Character and Paget, both on the bench with foul trouble. So they really haven't had anything like an inside game for about the last 7 minutes. There's Paget.
Paget, usually when he's on the floor, everything runs through him.
Absolutely. He's a great passer, but he got himself in very early foul trouble, and so did Character. Farley only averages 1 point a game. He's not a guy you can count on to deliver you some points inside, and Palacios just coming back from an injury.
Jerry Smith hasn't had an opportunity to shoot it. He has in the gym range. And a foul up top. Offensive foul on Farley. His second.
And Gus, when we talk about the Louisville struggles on offense, Rick Pitino talking to the officials right there, keep in mind that this Texas A&M squad leads the nation in field goal percentage defense, so they can really guard you. You've got to work hard, you've got to be very tough, you've got to force yourself into positions where you can get good shots.
Jones, 16-footer. Rebounded, Palacios. Now Palacios is a player who's been struggling with a bad back, but he can shoot it as well. Sosa driving, and he will go to the line. 3:45 to play in the first half. 21-19, A&M, AC Law the 4th. Showing his versatility. His dad loves it. I taught him that.
Still plenty to go in our first feature matchup with Louisville and A&M battling it out. For the first time since 2000, no number 12 seed knocked off a 5 in the opening round. So the 5s were safe. Right now we have a 6 versus 3 matchup, Louisville and Texas A&M. Louisville at the line. Edgar Sosa looking to tie it up. We'll send you back out to Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
In the overtime. Sosa.
Sosa did a nice job getting the ball to the basket. Louisville started with 7 of their first 14. They've only made 1 of their last 6. And again, part of that is that they really have no offensive presence on the inside right at the moment.
Both free throws good. Game tied at 21. That sets up the press.
And that's a good point, Gus, because when you don't score, you can't set this press. And Louisville was very effective with the press early in the game.
Sloan almost traveled. Skip pass. Here's Kirk. Law. Sloan on the bounce. The runner. Got it. Great athlete, this young man. And when AC Law leaves, Sloan is going to take over. And they say he will develop into one of the special guards in the Big 12 Conference. TV Guide calls Patrick Warburton.
Keeping you in touch with that Butler and Maryland matchup, a tight one now, about midway through the second half, and 11:09 to play in that one. 44 apiece. AJ Graves, the Butler star, with a dozen points in that one. We'll keep you in touch with what's happening there whenever we can. For now, we'll send you back out to Lexington, Kentucky. 3:16 to play in the first half. A 1-point A&M lead.
Beautiful arc on that jump shot.
And unlike a lot of guys who shoot well from beyond the three-point arc but don't shoot it well from the free throw line, he's an outstanding free throw shooter.
79%. This is the second. And a foul on the rebound. Palacios called for the foul. His first. Louisville now with 19 fouls. A&M has 8, so they'll shoot 1 and 1. As Jones goes to the line. Very good free throw shooter, 81%. And we haven't seen him go into the locker room.
Not yet, but wait.
Jason Jones, his mom, Betty. She really gets on him. There she is. She's at every game, raised him, coached him as well. And she has a booming voice. And I'm sure she's yelling at him right now.
Coaching little dribblers, and what she's yelling at him is, get your arm up. Billy Gillespie said that's always her advice for her son on the free throw line.
That may send him to the locker room. Williams passes up the jump shot. Stripped on the way up and fouled. That one on the wrist, Pompey. Here's Betty's reaction to the missed free throw.
Come on, Joe. What can you do, Mom?
And Williams misses the first. AC Law back in. Pompey takes a seat. Second free throw good. Tied at 23.
Saw quickly right there. Williams led Louisville in scoring, rebounds, and assists. Very impressive. Louisville back into the zone.
Knocked away. Smith, great steal. Sosa to the bucket. Piggity! Sosa with 10.
Great decision in transition, Gus. AC Law was trying to fool him, make him think that he was going to guard him, but then he dropped away at the last minute.
Sloan dumps it down. Jones, nice catch, and he's fouled. Now watch Edgar Sosa get to the basket in a New York minute.
Well, AC Law tries to back off and anticipate the pass, and Sosa sees that and takes it all the way to the goal. And Sosa is a very excitable, emotional player, and he's enjoyed himself so far in this tournament.
Meanwhile, Jones hits the first free throw.
That'll make Mom happier, huh?
Oh, she should be happy. Betty is happy now. Her boy finding his rhythm at the line. One more coming. (25-24). Approaching the 2-minute mark of the first half. Louisville, this is virtually a home game for them. Williams a three. And hits. Terrence Williams gets one to fall. He's 3 of 8 from the field. 8 points now. A&M will have to do it without AC Law. They don't want him to get another foul. He's on the bench. That defense now starting to swarm. Kirk. Nice play. This kid's a big-time player, Danny.
He's a big-time player, and that exhibited big-time toughness right there, getting the ball through that crowd.
Williams again. Ill-advised jump shot. Now Kirk. Almost threw that one away. Sloan and Kirk in the backcourt.
That's a great job by Jones to track that ball down, Gus. A one-handed catch in traffic.
Sloan crosses over. Down the lane. The runner. Offensive foul. Nicely done.
This game is a game that has been dominated by defense, but here Terrence Williams hits the three-point shot, his first three-pointer of the game, and Kirk just weaves his way through, showing great patience, not giving up the dribble and finding the answer.
Terrence Farley draws the charge. A minute remaining. Cardinals up by 2. Jonathan Huffman is checked in. Number 30. Williams shows it, leans in. Can't get it. Jones snatches it down. Here comes Kirk. Kirk, rise and fire. Count it. And we're tied at 28.
And this place just a couple of seconds ago, Gus, was prepared to go crazy if Louisville could get a basket, and Texas A&M dug in, and now they've tied the game. What a great, great stand by the Aggies.
Shot clock turned off as Williams circles, looks at his Hall of Fame coach, and decides to run a play. 7 seconds. Williams pick and roll. 4 seconds. Williams lost it and throws it away. And that's the end of the first half. Wait a minute. They're going to put some time on the clock. Don't forget, coming up at the half, Greg Gumbel and company in the studio with Clark and Seth. They'll look in at the Butler, Maryland game, tournament news and video highlights. 28-28. 2 lead changes, 5 ties in this game. Louisville shooting 41%, 6 turnovers. A&M 10 of 20, 50%, 8 turnovers.
Just as the ball goes sailing out of bounds, right there, it's out of bounds. It looks like maybe 0.4. The ball is not out of bounds until it hits out of bounds. Just because it crosses the line doesn't make it out of bounds. It's got to touch something out of bounds, and what it touches is the floor over there. And I don't think it hits the floor until there's about 0.4 seconds left right now. And with 0.4 seconds left, all you can really do is throw the ball in bounds.
Curtis Shaw, lead official. Billy Gillespie diagramming a play. They'll try to get a tip in. Most likely throw it at the basket. And
well, actually, under the rules, you're allowed to catch and shoot with 0.4 seconds, but it's a practical impossibility. But you're right. The only thing they can do is throw it up and see if they can get a tip. But by rule, you could actually catch it and shoot it.
Jones, the inbounder. Looking, throws it at the basket. And that'll do it. The end of the first half. Even Steven. A&M, Louisville, tied at 28 as Rick Pitino heads into the lock.
We will keep you in touch with that Butler, Maryland game. Butler with a 2-point lead with just under a minute to play. But the second half is starting now down at Rupp Arena in Lexington. Louisville and A&M are tied at 28. So let's join that for a few moments.
It's sort of an uneven first half. The perimeter guys for A&M in foul trouble. The inside guys for Louisville in foul trouble. Neither team was really able to get any sort of an offensive rhythm.
Padgett picked up 2 early fouls. He spent most of the time on the bench inside Williams. And Williams will go to the line. Rick Pitino, the legendary coach, comes back to Lexington, where he spent 8 years as the head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats. Led him to the 96 national title, 3 Final Fours. His best player is Terrence Williams, sophomore from Seattle. His shot selection has been a problem this season. But Coach Pitino sticks with him. Williams has grown as a player because he's understanding that he doesn't have to score to have a big impact on the game.
And in fact, in their win the other day against Stanford, he didn't score a single point. Now with the score off the free throw, Louisville gets to set the pressure.
Now Carter in the backcourt pushes off on Sosa.
He has to be careful. Carter has 3 fouls, and he spent a lot of the first half on the bench for Texas A&M, and his 3-point shooting was sorely missed.
AC Law with 2 fouls. He's a point guard. Kavalauskas posting. They won't give it to him. Padgett is guarding.
Padgett has to be careful. He has 2 fouls, and one of the reasons Louisville sputtered on offense was that Padgett was out of there.
Law turns the corner, 5 to shoot, and a travel.
Boy, that was fun.
We'll get you right back to Louisville and A&M, but we want to show you the final minute live of Butler and Maryland, a 2-point game. Let's get to Buffalo.
Play is the one who deflected the ball.
Length on the inbounder.
Gisht. Strawberry for the tie. And a foul. Oh, it's a charge inside on Strawberry. He just got hit with his 4th personal foul.
Moving without the ball, Strawberry goes down the middle. He was up in the air when that charge was taken.
Striker. Again, Butler without a timeout. Maryland has 1.
Graves should keep the ball. He's a great free throw shooter.
Difference of 5 seconds. Game clock and shot clock.
Don't need to foul, but need to get the rebound.
Crone. Striker. Green. Shot clock at 7. Graves. Around Jones. That go for 3.
They played it properly. Plenty of time between shot clock and game clock, but they did not come up with the rebound. Credit Mike Green, one of the better rebounding guards in the tournament. Right place at the right time. 1 second, and he grabs it.
Green on Thursday from the free throw line was 2 of 4. Today he is 2 of 3. And a timeout, the last one for Maryland. A 1-and-1 situation coming up when we come back. Butler by 2, under 4 seconds left.
With a timeout, Butler will have a chance to ice it when that timeout is over. For now, back to our feature matchup early on in the second half. Texas A&M with a 2-point lead over Louisville. Let's rejoin coverage there.
We have a 31-29 score. A.Z. Law at the line. Both free throws good yesterday during the press conference. Rick Pitino, when asked, who does A.C. Law remind him of? He said Marcus Williams, the very talented guard that played for Jim Calhoun last year at Connecticut. Left-handed, Williams curling, and a foul.
And that's the aggressiveness that Rick Pitino likes to see from his guys offensively. The problem is they've demonstrated that aggressiveness, but then they've made bad decisions.
We're going to get you back to the final 3.5 seconds. Butler with a 2-point lead over Maryland and a chance to ice it. Let's head back to Buffalo.
The charge taken by Crone is questionable. Strawberry was in the air before he got there. He was also, in my estimation, underneath the basket. Critical call.
2 outstanding ball games on CBS. Earlier in overtime, you saw Ohio State come from behind to tie Xavier and then take it to overtime and beat Xavier. What will happen here? Can Maryland come back? Only 3.6 to play. A 1-and-1 for Green at the line for Butler.
He's got to make 2 to ice it so that it is a 2-possession game. Confidence.
Dave Neal has come out for Maryland for the first time with Gist, Vasquez, Strawberry, and Jones. Green. Knocked away by Crone. That's it. The Butler Bulldogs are going to the Sweet 16. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second.
They've got to go to the monitor. Endgame situation. It's required by rule. The miss. Great play by Crone, tapping this ball away. It goes out of bounds. Maybe about 0.6. What do you think?
0.6, 0.7.
You have better visual than me.
It was right in front of us. If I didn't see it, we'd be in trouble. Well, one official, once it went red on the board and the buzzer sounded, began to wave everybody off. Cartmel went to the other side. He said, I'll have something to say about that.
Well, clearly there is some time available. As long as it's past 0.3, then you can catch and shoot. 0.3, by rule, you just can tap the ball in. Either way, it's going to be a long pass toward the Maryland goal when they get the ball for an inbounds play here. What a play by Crone, huh? They could have had an opportunity for a 3 right there. But they do have to take a 3.
0.6 on the clock. Neal will inbound for Maryland. Vasquez and Hayes. Jones and Gist, the Maryland 5. Jones bobbled it, picked up by Green. And the Butler Bulldogs are going to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2003.
The Butler did it again, and they punched their ticket to the Sweet 16. They were there in 2003. Now as the number 5 seed, they move on, becoming the second team to move on to the Sweet 16 in this tournament. They await the winner of Florida and Purdue. What a spectacular performance in this one. A tight game throughout. A.J. Graves leading the way for Butler. What a performance with 19 points. Now we get you back to our feature game at Rupp Arena in Lexington, where Texas A&M has stretched it out ever so slightly over Louisville. Back in Lexington, Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner have the call.
The three. And as Coach Pat Riley would say, it's fool's gold. Inside character, reverse, and one.
That time, Gus, against a trick defense, Texas A&M was in a triangle and two. They were guarding Sosa and Williams on the perimeter. The other guys were playing in a triangle, and this is a great job attacking the basket by Williams. Finds character inside, and what a move that is.
Character at the line, adds the free throw. 35-32. Now the press. Kirk. Handling the ball in space. Cardinals back off. Get into the zone.
I think that was a big three-point play for Louisville.
AC Law. Drives. Fires. Short. Snatched out of there, Clark. Outlet Jenkins. He's got Sosa. Sosa to the bucket. The flip. And he's fouled. Yesterday, Coach Pitino was talking about Terrence Williams during the press conference. He said, Terrence, I don't want you to fall in love with that three-point shot. And then he talked about how they used to guard Dwayne Wade when he was a pro. He said Dwayne Wade during his time in college probably never took 50 threes. But he knew how to play. He knew how to get his teammates involved, play his game. Well, Coach, we did some research. Dwayne Wade took 96 threes, only 96 threes, and he was 32 of 96. (35-33) A&M. Sosa adds the free throw. 1-point game. 16-18 to play second half. Full court pressure by Louisville. This is a 3 versus a 6. A&M out of the Big 12. Almost turned it over. And they turn it over. Williams, Sosa, drive it to the bucket. And fouled again. There's the emotion. The press paying dividends.
Louisville likes to do things off their press. A great hustle play. Now Sosa gets in, sees the man coming, throws the ball up. That's 4 fouls on Carter. So a double whammy right there for Texas A&M.
And we're tied.
Tremendous play by Sosa to pass up that three-point shot and attack the basket.
Sloan checks in. Carter heads to the bench with 4 fouls. And he gets both. Louisville on top again. Texas A&M is led by as many as 6. Louisville by as many as 6. 3 lead changes, 6 ties in this game. Now the Louisville fans who made the trip to Lexington are back in it. Law. Kirk for 3. And he's fouled behind the three-point line. Dominique Kirk will shoot 3 free throws when we come back. Cardinals up by a penny.
Freshman scores the first 5 points. And what a game that was. Kirk hits the free throw here to tie the ball game. Xavier with a game effort. They could not hold a 9-point lead late in the game. Ohio State will face the winner of Tennessee, Virginia.
And that should be a great ball game. Chris Lofton for Tennessee. Maybe the best just scorer in all of college basketball. He can really put the ball in the hole. And he's only about 6'1½".
The team's not too shabby either. They scored 121.
A reminder, these games are coming up. Vandy, Washington State, BC, Georgetown, old Big East matchup there, VCU and Pitt. And the foul called on Williams, his second.
He's got 3 or 4 inches on Sloan, was trying to use his height to post up inside, but a good defensive job by Sloan.
Pompey, AC Law, Sloan. Law in the backcourt, he has to hurry, gives it up. Kirk gets it over the line. On the baseline, Pompey, power dribble, and draws a foul. And that's Character. Character picks up his 4th. And he will head to the bench at the 15:21 mark of the second half. Padgett has to go get him. Pompey takes the first.
Checking in for Louisville is number 14.
Padgett comes back in with 2 personal fouls.
And look at the foul trouble. Character with 4. (39-36).
Nice job by Kirk. He's trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Edgar Sosa. Man-to-man for Texas A&M.
Sosa, jump shot, got it.
Louisville likes to set a lot of screens for guys with the ball. Texas A&M has to do a better job helping.
Tied at 39. Law tight roping on the sideline. Kirk pressing to the bucket. Pompey, and he's fouled by Padgett. His 3rd man. Rick Pitino has decisions to make.
That is his 3rd and the team's 6th. Pompey at the line for Texas A&M.
So that begs the question, if your interior players who are at the back of that zone are in foul trouble, do you have to come out of that press now?
I don't know that you have to come out of the press. I think you have to be, you're not really trying, his game plan was not to try to press Texas A&M into turnovers. It was to press them, to make them work to get the ball up the court, so they shouldn't be able to get that kind of a play. I think you're a Louisville team, you press, you stay with your press. Just the big guys on the back end have to be careful. Padgett, it'd be better for him to give up a 2 than get his 4th foul.
41-39. I don't know.
Well, they need Padgett in there for their offense. Their offense flows much better when he's on the court.
A&M has been breaking this press, and it's causing problems. Foul trouble an issue for both teams. Now Jones called for a foul.
The interesting thing about the foul problems, though, Gus, is the Louisville inside guys are all in foul trouble, and it's the perimeter guys for Texas A&M that have foul problems.
Very good point. That one called on Jones, his 1st. 41-39 A&M.
That's a nice job by Jones. He's a guy that sometimes gets in foul trouble, averages almost 3.5 fouls per game.
Sosa driving with the step, hanging, and draws the foul. Edgar Sosa, so aggressive. He is the emotion of this team. Only a freshman.
Each of these teams, Gus, are doing a very good job getting up and pressuring the ball, and you can't really run your offense. And as a result, people are putting it on the deck and driving to the goal. That's why we have so many fouls. Each team attacking the basket off the dribble.
Sosa having another terrific game, 17 points. Make it 18. Now Farley comes in and Padgett heads to the bench.
Farley's got 3 fouls as well. But keep in mind, when Farley was in at the end of the first half, that's when Louisville's offense really became stagnant.
Second free throw good. Sosa, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Full court pressure. Now Law. Sloan. Boy, they're well schooled against this press. Having no effect on him, Louisville gets back into the zone. Both these coaches, obviously Coach Pitino, one of the greats. Gillespie And his team, as Kirk drains a three. Coach Gillespie doing an unbelievable job with the A&M program. He inherited a team that was 0-16 in the conference.
Well, one of the guys that he admires greatly is Rick Pitino. He has all his books.
And tapes, baseline. Palacios, no. Rebounded slow. Long for three, and he hit it. AC Law with 19 points. A&M goes up by 6. Williams, Jenkins, offensive foul.
And AC Law has done a great job today maintaining some sort of a tempo for Texas A&M, doing a great job getting to the goal and scoring points.
47-41, 13:06 to play in the second half.
A&M stretching it out to a 6-point advantage over Louisville. Still plenty of time left in that one. In a game that just went final moments ago, Butler advances to the Sweet 16 with a 62-59 victory over the Terrapins of Maryland. Immediately following the game, we hear from Butler head coach Todd Licklider.
Todd, congratulations on going to the Sweet 16. Tell me about your feelings.
Well, I can't express it. I love these guys. Just can't count them out. They just continue to play together. And there's so much to be said for just overcoming things by being a unit, by caring about one another, making the extra pass. Mike Green's pass to A.J. in the corner was terrific. Drew Stryker kept it alive. I just can't say enough for the way that they play, the way they hold their poise. Maryland's a great team.
How important is the three-point shot to your offense?
When it's going in, it's real important. But, you know, we got to the basket a few times, and I thought A.J. was trying to drive it. So we'll take layup, believe me, but that's what was available, and we'll take the three.
I was very impressed with your defense. Maryland, obviously, inside is a very athletic team. You seem to crowd them.
Well, we gave it a shot. I think our guys, we've said all along, if they can guard a guy a little bigger than them, then on the other end, they got to try to guard us. I thought Crone was huge, stepping out, making threes, and playing off the bounce. So, you know, if you give up something, then you got to go to a strength, and I think we've got strong guys inside.
Tell me a little bit about your feelings about going to the Sweet 16. That's a magical number, isn't it?
It's incredible. We did it a couple of years ago, and these guys are in for a treat. I told them, I said, now we got a charter flight back, but if we win, we won't need it. We can just run back. We'll be so excited. So, but you know what? We want to continue to play good basketball. Last time we got in the Sweet 16, you know, we played good basketball, but it was over, and I missed the guys so much. This is a fun group to coach. I'd like for it to keep going forever.
Congratulations, Todd.
So Butler becomes the second team to book its ticket to the Sweet 16, Ohio State, the first earlier on today. Louisville and Texas A&M, mid-second half of a 5-point game. Let's head back out to Rupp Arena.
Freshman hitting all these free throws, 10 of 10 from the line. That tells you something about his character and the way he was coached at Rice, his fundamentals. These are money free throws. (47-44).
And here they come with the press.
22 points for Sosa.
Oh, nice job.
Law exploding, kicking. Now they'll restart it.
Louisville drops back into the zone.
Kirk off the dribble. And one. Dominique Kirk with the eye of the tiger.
Dominique Kirk has the reputation as a defensive player, but he has shown us an array of offensive skills so far in this tournament. Hits a big shot under pressure.
Character back in, the foul called on Smith. As Kirk adds a free throw. Dominique now with 14. Jones heads to the bench. Brian Davis checks in. 49-45. Palacios. Loose ball. Smith with a rebound and stick back. 49-47. Law. Oh, he threw it to us.
'Nice catch, partner.
11:56 to play, second half, 49-47.
After the excitement of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship.
There's a whole lot more to do down at Rupp Arena. Under 12 minutes to play, a 4-point lead for A&M. We send you back to Lexington. Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
6. Palacios inside, character posting, and draws the foul. Let's take a look at the foul trouble for both teams. Jones picks up the foul there.
Character with the 4 fouls. Paget and Farley, the frontline guys, with 3. Josh Carter with 4 fouls. Kavalauskas with 4 fouls. AC Law with 3. So 2 key backcourt players.
Character at the line, and he is doing such a good job from the free throw line.
There's Paget sitting on the bench. You know, Character, Gus, over his last 5 games coming into this one, has shot 82% from the free throw line. He made 8 yesterday. He jinxed him.
So here come the Aggies. Law and Kirk in the backcourt, along with Sloan, 3 guards, Jones, Pompey in the front court. A&M as a team, 53%. Jones kept it alive. Block. Character. Jones gets it back, and a foul. And Rick Pitino is going to jump out of his Armani. He can't believe it.
The blue foul is on number 32, Derek Harris. That is his 5th, and the team's foul.
The foul called on Character. And that is his 5th. He fouls out with 8 points. You be the judge.
The foul gets called, Gus, because he swings that arm. That didn't look like there was much contact there, but the official's standing right on top of it. He sees him swing his arm down. If he keeps his arm up in the air, there's probably no foul call. The guy we saw in our first game, Greg Oden, is the master at that. He does not drop that arm when he goes to block a shot.
Jones makes the first free throw. Paget back in the game. He's playing with 3. And Jones gets the second. There's his mom, Betty, high-fiving. My baby boy. 52-47. Williams takes the 3. Long rebound, Sloan. Williams is back. Now Long.
Nice job. He got himself into trouble there, but backed out very effectively.
Law spinning. Dumps it down. Pompey backing up on Paget. Tough shot, good defense by Paget. Here's the man that needs to shoot 3-pointers if Louisville wants to shoot from downtown. Williams again, and he hits it. I tell you what, he's got heart. To have the heart to take another 3-pointer, and he almost comes up with a steal. You got to have guts, Danny, to continue to let it go when he shoots the ball the way he's been shooting it.
Gus, you're absolutely right, but your first point is also a good one. Maybe Smith should be the guy shooting the 3s. Williams keeps firing away.
Smith is a 46% 3-point shooter. 2-point game.
Williams now 2 of 7 from out there.
Smith has not attempted a 3 today. Now Kirk. Pompey down the lane. And banks it in with the left hand.
Nice job by Texas A&M to attack inside against Padgett.
Williams. And he's fouled on the floor. Pompey with 6, all coming in the second half.
And a very important 6 because we showed you earlier, Kavalauskas is on the bench. You get to see him in the middle of your screen right there. Kavalauskas on the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Aggies will DU up. Second in the nation in field goal defense. They're right at their 37% number this season. As Williams hits the first. Sloan picked up the foul. His third. Knocked out of bounds. Will stay right here. Cardinals catch a break. So Rick Pitino yells out 55 from the sideline. That's the play. Keep your eye on 34. See if they try to get him a shot.
He's not really very actively looking for a shot, Gus.
Sosa. And a foul. Now this kid knows how to play. Sosa will shoot free throws once again. Monday on CBS, see why 2.5 Men is TV's #1 comedy. Don't miss a new episode Monday on CBS, America's #1 network.
The NCAA tournament rolling on here on ESPN. Our final feature game of the evening, still a little ways away. I thought we'd tell you about it, though, because it is a good one. The Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Bruins of UCLA. You won't want to miss that one. A lot of talent on the floor, a lot of great guard play. Meanwhile, our feature game today for you, Louisville and Texas A&M. Under 10 minutes to play in that one. A 1-point A&M lead. Let's get back out to Lexington.
A trip to the Sweet 16. The winner to take on the winner of Nevada and Memphis. John Calipari's squad looks great. No call. Joseph Jones. Now Pompey double. Jones to the rack.
Louisville just didn't get the defense set that time. Nice decision-making by Joseph Jones. Slowed it down and then cut to the basket after the pass.
Smith a three. That's the guy that should shoot it. First three-point attempt for Louisville. For Louisville Smith, and he hits it. And we're tied at 56. AC Law. Sloan, Jones, Kirk. And Pompey. What a crowd. What a game. Tremendous energy in this building. Pompey down the lane again. And he's fouled.
The three-point basket has not been the friend of the Louisville Cardinals today, but won by Terrence Smith, and now Terrence Williams. Now Smith nails it. He's the best percentage three-point shooter for Louisville. Padgett, however, has just picked up his 4th personal foul.
So Rick Pitino has a decision as Pompey misses the first free throw. Here comes Earl Clark, a freshman from Plainfield, New Jersey. Palacios checks out, so they leave Padgett in the game. He is a junior and will have to play with foul trouble. Second free throw, off the mark. That ball gets very sticky and heavy at this time of the game. 56-56. Sosa, stop and start, turns the corner. Kicks it in the corner. Clark. Smith with the rebound. And a new shot clock. Sosa for 3. Tingale! And Rick Pitino is going to get Smith out of the game. Smith has to control his emotions. Louisville taking the lead, 59-56.
Well, Rick Pitino was trying to get Smith out of the game, but there's a foul. It's a 2-shot foul, so you can't take him out of the game until just before the second attempt.
Law way short on that one. As we take a look at the foul trouble.
Boy, and it's really adding up AC Law with 3. Now Jones with 3. You can see character's already out. They're going to run out of guys. And, you know, and I think in a battle of attrition, Gus, Louisville actually has the advantage. They've got more guys who play more minutes.
Second free throw goes. 59-57. 20 points for AC Law. 8 minutes to play. Williams back in. Sosa. Clark. Jenkins. Farley. Now Williams. Pull-up jump shot. Kirk the other way. Law, hard to the bucket. Can't get it to stay down. Farley. Contested. And a rebound. These two teams really getting at it now.
Here's where Williams has to make good decisions.
Shot clock running down. Pick and roll. Sosa to the rack. The runner. And he got it. Edgar Sosa from the Bronx. Unbelievable performance by this freshman. 61-57. Sosa with 29. Gut check time. Everybody's tired. 6:40 to go. Young fella. As Clark Kellogg would say, he's Roberta Flackett him, killing them oh so softly.
Still 6:40 to go. Louisville on top. But remember, we're supposed to bring you this as our second game. It's getting underway before our first one is even finished. Our starting lineups for VCU, the tournament champions from the Colonial Athletic Association, getting the automatic bid. And what a matchup this one figures to be. Already about a minute in VCU and Pitt, 2 apiece. Let's send you out to Buffalo.
Ben Hallen, the head coach of Pittsburgh. Jamie was his assistant for 8 years.
Braves couldn't get it. And here comes Maynard. Screened by Famini. And that is a dribbling violation. Palm the ball in a 2-2 tie ball game.
We'll keep you in touch with that one, but we got a fantastic finish, it appears, heading our way. 6:40 left. A&M now down by 4. Edgar Sosa is a freshman. How about 29 points in this second round game? Rupp Arena in Lexington. It's all fired up. Louisville only a few miles down the road, so they got a lot of Cardinals fans there. We'll send you back out to Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
Kavalauskas inside. Block! Williams! What a play! 61-57. Andre McGee checks in for Sosa. Williams steps out. Now McGee. To the basket. Clark wide open. Count it. And a timeout. 5:58 to play second half. Louisville taking over.
Starts with the block shot. Williams does a great job knocking it down. And then speaking of knocking it down, how about Clark?
So that's what's happening with VCU and Pitt. Now under 6 minutes to play, Louisville and Texas A&M. Louisville on a 13-3 run over the last almost 4 minutes. Now lead A&M by 6. And we'll send you back out to Lexington, where Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner are on hand.
What the Louisville defense has been able to do. Law only has 1 assist in the game.
Now AC. Boxed in. Knocked away. And Sosa will check back in. Billy Gillespie calling the play. He remains cool. He's a Texan. Here comes Sosa. Inside. Kirk. Big shot. 63-60. 17 for Kirk. 5:33 to play. Timeout A&M.
With a three-point advantage, 5.5 minutes to play in that one. Vanderbilt and Washington State are underway about midway through the first half. Washington State featuring number 11 in white. You see him there from Cairns, Australia. Aaron Baines, the big 6'10" sophomore. So we'll take a little quick peek in at this one. Washington State, an outstanding season in the Pac-10. They go right into Baines, and there'll be no basket there. The foul happening before. And Baines will have a free throw there. We're going to take a look at the damage done by Edgar Sosa. This kid is a freshman, and look what he is doing in round 2 of the NCAA tournament. 29 points to lead Louisville. They trail throughout a lot of this game, now a 3-point lead with 5.5 minutes left. And we'll send you back out to Lexington.
How about that for an assist?
Law the other way. Kirk. Loose. Jenkins with the rebound. Louisville up by 5.
Not only did Williams jump out of the gym to get that alley-oop dunk, but he did a great job getting his hand on the basketball, jumping up in the air, tipping it to Jenkins.
Jenkins driving. Lost it. Stolen away. Jones, great defense. Now AC Law.
Man-to-man defense.
Law on the baseline. No call. Jones is there and one. Joseph Jones. Right place, right time.
This is an alley-oop pass that Terrence Williams does a great job. It's not thrown high enough. He has to go behind his head, get it, and throw it down. That was actually not very well thrown. AC Law takes the ball to the basket. And, you know, Law is very good at that. He throws the ball up there, and that was blocked, but Jones is in position for rebound.
Ball knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Aggies. Pompey. Joseph Jones with 12 points. 65-62.
As Louisville tries to defend that AC Law penetration, they have to be careful that they get some rotation so they have blockouts on the inside.
Smith. Palacios.
Man-to-man.
Williams, Paget, Sosa. And they almost throw it away.
Now they do.
And that is out of bounds. The ball hitting the bottom of the backboard as you take a look at the bracket. The winner of this game will advance and take on the winner of a 2-7 game, Memphis and Nevada. Rick Pitino.
You really don't know how he feels during a game, do you?
Kirk. And he'll peel it back.
Well, he's been an offensive spark for the Aggies today. 17
points.
Had 16 yesterday. Only averages 6.8 a game.
Pick and roll. Kavalauskas and Law. Now, Law off the bounce. And a foul. He gets drilled in the corner. 3:45 to play, second half. AC Law heading to the line to shoot free throws. Louisville up 65-62.
NCAA champion. Meanwhile, back in Lexington, inside 4 minutes to play, Billy Gillespie and his Texas A&M team down by 3 at the hands of Louisville. We're going to send you back there now. Gus Johnson, Dan Bonner on the call.
The something-year-old mom. And we will not give a woman's age.
That's nice of you, Gus.
Accurate age. Law, both free throws good. 65-64. Here's Sosa trotting into the front court. Sosa driving. Looked like he traveled. Knocked away. Stolen. Kirk to the basket, and a foul called on Sosa.
That was a bad pass by Smith. He just sort of left it out there. And Dominique Kirk, who had 16 points yesterday, has been outstanding once again today. 17 points today, has knocked down 2 3-point baskets. He's a guy with a reputation as a defensive player, but he's also a very effective 3-point shooter and has been a good scorer in Texas A&M's 2 games in this tournament.
Kirk ties the game at 65. Smith heads out of the game.
Every time one of these teams makes a little bit of a run, the other has a response.
Kirk again adds a free throw. (66-65). A&M back in front. 7 lead changes, 12 ties. Sosa splits the defense, flipped it up and draws a foul. Dominique Kirk with a career high 19 this afternoon. And that sends Sosa to the line where he's 13 of 13.
And Billy Gillespie can only shake his head, wondering what he has to do to stop Sosa.
First free throw good, 14 of 14. He has 30.
And keep in mind, he's doing this against one of the best defenders in the Big 12 in Dominique Kirk.
So many great point guards coming out of New York City. Bob Cousy, Tiny Nate Archibald, Dean Memminger, Mark Jackson, Rod Strickland, Stephon Marbury. Sosa trying to follow in their footsteps. 67-66. Long pass, Kirk in the front court with Kavalauskas. Nice catch, big fella, but he can't lay it in. Kirk goes up and draws a foul.
Rick Pitino prides himself with his pressure in not giving up layups, but Louisville just fell asleep right here. Padgett very fortunate that he doesn't pick up his 5th foul, but Palacios gets it again. There's Kirk, nice hustle down the court. Figures his teammate almost always that layup is going to be made, but that time it wasn't, and he was there to get the rebound. Great hustle.
Williams picked up his 4th foul. Kirk 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 20 points now. 3:05 to play.
So character's out. Padgett has 4 fouls. Williams has 4 fouls.
Law has 3 fouls for A&M. Sloan has 3. Carter and Jones with 4. 68-67. 3 minutes to play in regulation. Back door. Oh! Sosa throws it away.
He picked up his dribble, and against the Texas A&M defense, they were trying to deny. You can't pick up your dribble until you have some place to throw the ball.
Now Law taking his time.
This is when he just takes over a game.
10 to shoot for Law. Drives baseline. Lets it go. Rebounded Pompey. And a new shot clock for the Aggies.
What a great job by Pompey. Not even any thought of shooting the ball. Just takes it and throws it back out.
They spread it for Law. 2 minutes to go. Pick and roll. He splits it, lost it. Kavalauskas picks it up. 8 to shoot. Slow. Driving. Block. Out of bounds. Will head the other way. Louisville tee it up.
What a great defensive set by Louisville. Sloan tries to drive the basket, and Padgett with those 4 fouls aggressively coming over to help out. Sosa was in great position himself, though. A lot of guys with 4 fouls.
Now Sosa. He has to make good decisions down the stretch. He's no longer a freshman. Clark. Paget. Williams. Jump shot has been shaky today. Off the dribble to the basket, up and in! And Louisville reclaims the lead. 69-68. 1:20 to go. Pompey. They got to get it into the hands of Law or Kurt. Timeout, A&M. 1:15 to play. Louisville, 69-68. T. Will, strong to the basket.
Like heavyweights going toe-to-toe, Louisville and A&M going back and forth. Meanwhile, the first half continues in the West Region second round action out in Buffalo, where VCU and Pittsburgh are battling. Pittsburgh's got the 7-point lead with about 8.5 minutes to play in that first half. Meanwhile, Washington State and Vanderbilt got a nice one going there out of the East region. 3:03 to play in the first half in that one. Washington State holding on to the 7-point advantage. The Cougars with a rare qualification to the NCAA tournament, and they are a 3 seed, so they're vaulting right up there. Look at the South, the second round matchup, Louisville versus Texas A&M, taking place at Rupp Arena in Lexington. Louisville with 2 timeouts left, A&M with 1. Each team in the double bonus possession era belongs to the Aggies, who trail by 1. They've got the ball. We'll send you back out there to Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner.
Louisville back to the zone.
Kurt has a career high today, 20. He's been money. 12 to shoot. Long. Driving. Inside and a whistle.
It's before the basket.
And Law will shoot 2 free throws.
Sosa called for the foul on the drive to the goal.
And that's his 4th. So AC Law, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. 23 points. Ties it at 69. Pompey comes in. Sloan comes in.
Now Jones and Carter are out there for offense, and with their 4 fouls. Jones is going to stay in with the 4 fouls. Kavalauskas will come out. You've got to try to husband your resources here.
Law again, and hits. 57.6 to go. Jenkins. And they get it into the hands of the freshman. Edgar Sosa. Now he moves off the ball. Williams. Paget. And a timeout called by Coach Pitino. With 14 to shoot, 36 on the game clock, 70-69. Back after this.
Just 36 seconds left in Louisville versus A&M. A&M with the 1-point advantage. There's your stars today. Edgar Sosa with 31 points. He's hit all 15 of his free throws. Just a freshman out of New York. AC Law the 4th. Meanwhile, one of the top guards in the country has provided 24 points, and his free throws just moments ago account for the razor-thin 1-point margin for Texas A&M. It's one of 4 games going on right now simultaneously around the country. Second round action of March Madness. We're trying to keep you in touch with all of them. So for the final 36 seconds down in Lexington, Kentucky, we're going to get you back out to Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner for the finish.
And Sosa. 14 to shoot. Here's Sosa. That high pick and roll has worked for him. Sosa driving to the basket, and he's fouled with 29.8 to go.
Gus, you called it the high screen and roll. Never got to set the screen because Sosa saw the defense and went the other way, just went right into traffic. I think they called that foul on Law.
So Sosa 15 of 15 with a chance to tie it up with this free throw.
Now the second one gets harder.
Wow.
This is really a test of your poise right here. You saw only a 67% free throw shooter on the year, so 15 of 15, an amazing afternoon.
He's a tough New York City kid, though. Second one. Oh, he missed it.
Foul on Palacios.
Oh, wow. 70-69. Sosa was 15 of 15. And he babied that one.
Boy, you can see the reaction on the Louisville bench. You just assume the ball's going in the basket.
Plenty of time, though. Jones misses. Jenkins heads out of the game.
Most important thing you have to do if you're Louisville is block out.
Jones again, and he missed again. Here we go. Crunch time. Everybody rising at Rupp Arena. Sosa needs a bucket. Trying to shake his man up. And Rick Pitino calls timeout. 70-69. Back to Lexington right after this.
Well, we told you there was 4 ball games going on right now around second round action of the NCAA tournament. Boston College and Georgetown. Boston College out of the ACC. They've done very well since moving there a couple of years ago. They're taking on Georgetown, which is their former Big East rival. And right now, a 4-point Boston College lead. Virginia Commonwealth, meanwhile, trailing Pittsburgh now by 5 with about 7.5 minutes to play in the first half of that one. As we take a little look in here, VCU just 7 of 19 from the field and 1 of 5 from three-point range. And with a little timeout there, we'll whip around and find Washington State, the 3 seed, with a 7-point lead over Vanderbilt with about 1 minute left in the first half of this one. Vanderbilt with a pretty solid season out of the SEC, and in second place in the Pac-10, Washington State. Aaron Baines playing some nice defense there. The Carnes Australian native, and it'll go over to Washington State. Dead ball with under a minute to play there, but here's what we really need to tell you about. 16.4 seconds left in this one. Louisville and Texas A&M battling it out in Lexington. Louisville trailing by 1 with just seconds left on the clock. They called a timeout moments ago. They're trying to take the final shot of the game and walk off with a victory. Gus Johnson and Dan Bonner will take you to the finish.
Try to hold for the last shot. You would take the first good one you can get, so in case you miss, you have time to foul.
Williams, the inbounder, to Padgett. They find Sosa. He backs it up. Looks to his coach. They're going to play for 1 shot. Sosa fires! No! Loose! Pompey! With 1.7 to go.
Texas A&M with some pretty good defensive pressure. I don't believe that Sosa, they intended for him to shoot that 3-point shot, but they covered up Williams, and Sosa was left with little choice.
So AC Law at the line. First one good. 71-69. 1.7 remaining.
And whatever Louisville is going to do, they don't have a timeout to call to set it.
So into the game, Will Scott comes in. Scott, a 39% three-point shooter. Rick Pitino playing the percentages now. Second free throw, Law. Goes down. They need a good inbounds pass. Here's Sosa from half court. And that's it. Texas A&M advances. 72-69, the final.